go ahead and introduce our user spotlight, Miss Kimberly Brooks. I'm sorry. She's the executive secretary with the Southeastern Society of Pediatric Dentistry. She's worked with me for a couple years now with the SSPD event. It's been an absolute pleasure, and she's going to talk to us about who she is, what they do, and how Conference Tracker changed their event management.
Absolutely. Thank you, Garrett. It's an honor to come on and talk about how Conference Tracker has changed how I plan and organize and get through my event. The Southeastern Society of Pediatric Dentistry has been having continuing education courses for the last, I think it's almost 50 years. We just started using Conference Tracker back in 2021. Of course, like with many people that were affected by COVID and the attendees, not quite comfortable with coming back to an in-person event. We had to we actually transitioned from an in-person conference that was planned to a virtual event and looked at Conference Tracker to help us do that. That meeting was such a success that our president at the time in one of our newsletters gave a shout out to our Conference Tracker support specialist, because this person just really helped us through every single step. Not only myself as one of the administrators, but provided a comfort level for all of our officers who, for everyone, this was new. And we were a little leery about how we're going to do this. Is this going to work out? Is everything going to be clear? And all of our attendees, it was a big program with a big speaker, a set of speakers anyway. So we had 280 attendees, 9 exhibitors, and we really just did the basics. We hadn't even dived into all of the things that Conference Tracker can do for us, which as we have moved on, each year there's a new component that we pick up on and use for our meetings. Overall, Conference Tracker has truly saved myself as the executive secretary, providing all the meeting material for the attendees, doing registration, invoicing, attendance reporting, certificates, badges. I could just go on and name all of the different components that are a part of the meeting. It's just made it so much smoother and so much more manageable and time efficient for me. And our attendees, can take their tablet or their phone, and it's kind of reminds you of a one-stop shop that they can click and see other attendees. They can do notifications or messages, and they don't have to come up to the registration desk and stand in line and pick up a folder filled with copies of attendee sheets or a list of exhibitors or handouts or any other item that's put into that folder. They can come in and, just like I said, have their phone or their tablet or their laptop and go to any of the components of the program and be able to follow along. This is our meeting is every January, and I was able to start setup of my registration probably back in, I want to say, March or April of this year, which has also been really nice to get a head start on setting up the speakers, getting bios, and getting my registration started. This year, we're having another big program where people are excited and wanted to register early. And that has been great to be able to allow our exhibitors as well as our attendees to be able to just, here's the link, go out there, register, upload your picture, look at who. They can now even start looking at who else has registered. I'm on my attendee app and I want to see who else is out there. So those things are really nice. especially when at the meeting, when the meeting started, on-site people were always, give me an attendee sheet, give me an attendee sheet. I want to see who's here. Now they have it in the palm of their hand on their cell phone that they can scroll through and look and see some of their colleagues who have also signed up, and make plans for dinner, make plans for getting together at break or after the meeting. So it's been a wonderful addition to what we do at the Southeastern Society of Pediatric Dentistry. Our dentists come from mainly the Southeastern states, but depending on the program, we can get dentists from all over the United States. All of our residents, attend this program and use the app. And it has, wasn't something that everybody just jumped into immediately at first. Anything new has its ups and downs and getting used to. But I think at this point with us, we're going into our, 21, 22, fourth year using Conference Tracker. And most people now say, okay, this is where I need to go. This is going to provide me with a link to the page that I want to go to. I can look at the speaker profiles. I can see what time the session begins. We started using push notifications last year. I get excited when Garrett talks about new additions like this 9.0. And that's one thing about Conference Tracker. They're always improving, always updating, and providing improvements that make things much smoother and a better look than they had, say the year before. Working with this group has been awesome. They've always been available, patient, helping hand, not only to guide me through any processes, but even to dive right in and show me and say, hey, let me just share a screen with you. I'll show you how to do this, and make the process easy for me and not make me feel like, oh, I'm not as tech savvy as I want to be. But this group has made that great. Even attendees that I may send their way if they're having a problem with signing on or something with the site, or one of my exhibitors who might have an issue, I can send them right to the tech support group and they help them out, and I don't have to worry about it. We have one of our big things with the SSPD and our continuing education courses is that we have to track attendance. And I love Conference Tracker's program and how it allows us to track the attendance for our attendees to make sure they're meeting the requirements, and to link that to them taking the content questions, the quizzes that are required, that they have to go after each session and answer content questions from that particular session. All of that ties into them getting their CE certificate. And all of these items are on Conference Tracker. I don't have to go outside or go to my laptop and produce any other type of report that I'm typing in. I can get everything I need right on this app. I highly recommend it, not only because of what the program offers, but that the setup has been user-friendly. Anything that I've needed to update or change, I can go right in and do that. Or if I'm uncomfortable with it, I can call or email or set up a time with one of the support specialists. And I know that within a time period, I'm going to get that done quickly. And it's always been a professional working experience with the group. Again, I can't, give enough kudos to Conference Tracker for what they have done for the Southeastern Society of Pediatric Dentistry, our meetings, and helping us have a smooth transition. So really, that's about it for me.
I love to hear it, Kimberly. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you these last couple years, getting you all caught up, and honestly, just watching the success of all of my organizers' events. You know, it's a sense of pride to see, you know, how well and how smooth and how just organized everything is for you guys, and how much easier that this program makes your life.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It wasn't even a question when our executive director said, "Hey, Kim, what are you planning on doing for the following year?" "Oh, we're sticking with conference track."
Absolutely, and we've already started on your next event. You're about ready to go.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Excited, and registration is already up. So we couldn't be more pleased. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely, always, always. Well, with that, crowd, we're going to go ahead and open things up to questions. I know we went over a couple really good features today in this webinar, so if anybody has any questions, now's your time. I'm going to go ahead and give it a few minutes, and we're going to field some questions from our attendees. Let's see what we've got going on here. What do
Yeah,
you
I was
see
looking at
there, Chad?
I was looking at some of the questions. So, someone asked how they get the custom landing page. I guess, you know, maybe what package is it included in?
Yeah, like I said, so everybody should be, you know, used to the description box, what we're now calling the basic landing page. And like I said, that is going to eventually transfer into the custom, and the custom landing page is just going to become the default. So this is going to come with your basics account. Absolutely. What other questions do we have here today?
I think we went over this, but there's a question here that says, do I have to wait until session proposals are done before scheduling in the builder?
That's a great question. And a lot of Conference Tracker, you know, is available so that you can keep up with this and, you know, not have to wait until the end of a process to get your next step started. So especially with the session proposals module, as soon as you start accepting session proposals, that's when they'll pop up in that schedule builder. So as soon as you get your first one, if you're ready, you can go ahead and schedule that immediately. I do have one question here. Are badges still available with the Expo package? Yes, I know Chad touched on that briefly. I didn't really have much to show off, so I didn't, you know, really walk us through the Expo package, but yes, badge printing is of course available with the Expo package. That's going to be the main way that your exhibitors are using lead retrieval to scan your attendees. So of course that is going to be a basic feature there for you. Let's see here. Anything else, Chad? Did you flag anything else?
Nope, I don't see any other questions.
I think that's about it for us today. Well, of course, guys, we want to welcome you for coming out. If you want to see, you know, a more one-on-one demo of these features, if you want to see a demo of the new Expo package or anything like that, feel free to shoot Chad an email. Email's there on screen at the bottom, chadb@engineerica.com. Of course, we do these Conference Tracker Tech Tuesdays every month, the third Tuesday of every month. So we'll meet you in the same place, same time next month.
Yep, thank you, everybody.